Hello. All right. So this is a new installment on a new video, not installment. I'm not gonna make it fancy. Um, I've also decided to leave editing to a minimum for artistic quality. And reasons actually, none of that, because it's more because I don't know how to edit yet. So because I'm lazy, I'm going to basically just let it go on through. So, let's see how that goes. See if, yeah, how terrible and long-winded it ends up being. So, since the last video, the introduction, I have turned 31. So, which is weird because I feel like I should feel like an adult, like, and I don't. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's true. I definitely do not feel how I thought I would feel at 31, and I mean I should be 10 years into my marriage and have kids and stuff, but I don't. I have animals, which is way better. So, and I kind of feel, and this might be wrong, and I don't mean this towards anybody who has children and who are married, and because a lot of my friends are, and I'm very happy for them, and I wouldn't want their lives to be any other way. But I kind of feel that there's a lot of articles and everything, and you see everywhere, oh, like top 10 things not to say to someone who's single and over 30, and da 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 da, and everybody's so gets so worked up about so much bullshit anymore. And like, you can say what all those 10 things to me and I don't care. Like, nobody even really says those things. I think that that's I don't think that those things really happen. I think that those people are like, you know what, if somebody said this to me, I would be so pissed. And then they're like, I'm gonna write an open letter about that because open letters are cool and not douchey at all. And those people are wrong because they are all of those things. But yeah, but anyway, I kind of feel like being single and not having kids and not getting pregnant ever. I feel like I won. I feel like I won. Like, I made it to 31 and I'm not in a loveless marriage. I don't have any kids that I wish I didn't have. All of mine are animals, yeah, but I got to select. They kind of like all found me, but in the end, I mean, I didn't have to take them in. I kind of did because I wouldn't have been able to live with myself, but yeah, so I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling, and maybe that's weird. Like, maybe I'm like right about to hit a midlife crisis, and I'm like, yeah, everything's cool. Like, this is exactly how I would want my life. And then I'm gonna just go downhill from here. And then I'm gonna get like 5 more cats and only dress in muumuus. I don't know. Anything's possible. The world is my oyster right now. So, anyway, I'm going to be drinking some tea because my throat feels like it's closing up, which is probably due to the fact that even though I have a massive love for animals, I am allergic to them. I am allergic to all pet and, well, animal dander in general. So, every animal, basically. So, but you know, you don't let those things in life hold you down. You gotta just do the best you can with allergy pills and allergy eye drops and some tea when your throat feels like you're not going to be able to breathe anymore. Worst case scenario, I go to the emergency room and I get an EpiPen. Right? I'm willing to do that. No problem. I mean, I can afford an ambulance trip because I'm pretty rich. But yeah. So, anyway. So I'm going to be drinking the tea. Now, back to turning 31. I like to think that since my mother has aged very gracefully, and so has my father, that I will do the same. only time will tell if that happens for me. But I'm thinking that it is. So, and I thought that, and then it was all it all was all affirmed to me, or someone reassured me that my thoughts were true. It's a girl that I work with at work who kind of went on and on about how she couldn't believe that I was 31, that I looked so like youthful, and that she didn't understand why I would ever want to use anti-aging creams, anything like that, have any type of cosmetic surgery done, because she was going on and on about how youthful I am and my skin looks good and da 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 da. And I was sitting there and just like soaking it all in, like, oh, stop, but go on, you're fine, like, just keep it coming. And then she said, she asked if this was my natural hair color, and then, you know, that kind of threw all of the compliments before out the window, because if she thinks that this is my natural hair color, then she probably is not the brightest crayon in the box. Not as bright as my hair, that's for sure. And then this same girl was the same person who I had posted a Facebook status about this. But those of you who may not be my friend, you might not know this. But she stares at me a lot. So, I mean, so I don't know if that's maybe, it's kind of like where the compliments are coming from. And I'm not saying that it's not like a staring at me in a polite, like, it's like a creepily staring at me, like I might be made into a skin suit type of staring. So, anyway, she was staring at me, and it's like a dead stare, like, but from, like, and not even from afar, but like from 2 feet away, where I try to ignore it to be nice, and then I'm like, what? And so the other day she was staring at me like that, and she told me that this is how it happened. You were a very, very, very powerful and good witch in your last life. And that's how it happened. So, and that was weird. That was a weird thing to say. And I was like, cool, because I didn't know what else to say. Because no one has ever told me that before. I can honestly say that no one has ever told me anything about my past lives so far. This is just, you know, my experience in life at the tender age of 31. So, but yeah, so she's pretty much batshit crazy. But, you know, I'll let her feed me compliments until she eventually kills me and saws my face off and wears it on hers. So, you know, it's good to have people whom you should surround yourself with, people who make you feel good about yourself. It's important. It's one of life's treasures. And I also, which was in my introduction, but I have a dog. It's my first experience having a dog. She is awesome. Her name is Josie. I took her to the vet since my video, and they figure her about anywhere from 7 months to a year. It's kind of hard to say because her teeth, her adult teeth are in, but they can't tell, obviously, when those came in. So we're kind of guessing it, and we created a birthday for her. But she is incredibly destructive. I have lost a lot of things since getting her. She likes to eat makeup brushes, which are replaceable, but they go right through her, so that is interesting and horrible to see. But I mean, I guess it's a lot of fiber, so I don't know. Um, but yeah, so my shoes have been destroyed, my tennis shoes. I new spatulas. I thought I had lost things that I didn't lose, but now I have because they were completely fucking destroyed by her, by chewing everything. But she is very, very sweet and wonderful, and so she's very hard to stay mad at. So it's kind of like, oh, you ruined something else, but you're so cute, so do whatever you want. Cords. She's gone through a lot of cords, so much that I have run out of electrical tape, and I'm using masking tape. So I don't really know, like, what the difference is other than the name, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'll find out if I get electrocuted. Like, oh, don't use masking tape. So, you gotta live and learn. And I plan on doing a lot of learning this year. But yeah, so I have a list here of things that I was going to talk about. And I should have been a little more organized with it because I am kind of lost now. Oh, also, there was a petition that my friend Joy and I made, and it was for a petition against the continuous chaining of dogs for more than 12 hours, which seemed like something that everybody would get behind, and it would, just take off, and laws and things would be changed, and lives of dogs everywhere would be improved, and we would liberate animals that had otherwise spent their entire lives outside. And all we needed was we needed 99 signatures, and we didn't get those because people are assholes and they don't listen to things that you want to change. So, or apparently they do, and they're like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I'm going to support you in this conversation," and then they go and they don't sign it, and then nothing happens. So, and unfortunately, I can't see who all signed, or else I would just go after everyone who hasn't, personally, but everybody could lie to me now, and they could just be like, oh yeah, I signed it. And they would just be, like, shitty liars, but I wouldn't know. So, and then if I pressed them, I'm gonna look like a psycho, and then not get them on my side. So, it's a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. And granted, it's the first petition that I've ever made, or that Joy or I have ever made. And, your first venture into anything isn't necessarily going to be the most, not positive, but like the most life-changing event, I guess. But, and you just gotta stick to it. That, you can make things change. It just is it's gonna take a while and take more effort than, hey, let's do this. Because I guess if you did that, then everything would have changed a long time ago. A lot easier for everything. So, there's a lot of stuff that should be changed and going differently, and it isn't because for some reason you have to convince people to be good people. Like, you would think that, hey, here's an asshole situation, or here is another situation which benefits living beings. Which would you choose? And you would think, oh, go with that one. The one that everybody's going to make people happy and living animals happy. Right? No brainer. But no, because I don't know. I don't have answers like that. So, I don't know. We're just going to keep on trying. Because it's like Mark Cuban said, who I did quote when Joey and I were making the petition in a local coffee house, and I was drinking my fair trade coffee. I was quoting Mark Cuban, because you gotta mix stuff up sometimes. You gotta make sure you're not too hipster. But he said that every no gets you closer to a yes. So I don't really know how I feel. I don't have a stance on Mark Cuban. I'm not like, go Mark Cuban. I don't have like secretly lots of stuff, like pictures of him and his quotes hanging everywhere. Um, but but I did think that was a really cool thing because it's true. I mean, look at him. He's friggin' rich, and he's got a lot of things going well for him. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna just Mark Cuban this situation, and I'm gonna say that from now on. I'm gonna be like, let's Mark Cuban this. Let's just keep going. I should probably write him and tell him that I'm gonna do that. No, I would just tweet it, but nobody listens to my tweets. You know, I've tried to start multiple fights